Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
We shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Purple and white, but you know what I mean. Double 11 senior year made history. Football, we took it to the playoffs. Collegeville, white and purple, yeah, we are the K-House. I said the K-House, the school of champions. We laugh a lot, we rap a lot. I'm at Sabia, Indian again. I'm telling them that Collegeville is where it's at. So when we on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that. Of course, look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, it's Collegeville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a K-Hawk. I'm about to graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1 and 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's still easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the chief and crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right. Now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm the back cause everybody rolling with me. K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Look, all the freshmen, all the fresh sophomores,
High school, like champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good evening, everyone, and welcome to Kahok Stadium here on the campus of Collinsville High School as we get you set for some boys varsity soccer action. I am Todd Duke. Brett Bourne will be along in just a moment as we get ready for this Southwestern Conference battle between Collinsville and O'Fallon. JVers just lost here a little bit ago by a score of 2-0. Freshman team lost earlier today by a score of 2-1, so it's up to the varsity team to break the trend and bring home a win for Kahawk Soccer as we welcome you in to the Chiropractic Works pregame show here on the Kahawk Sports Network. Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, owned and operated by Dr. Chris McCluskey. He and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, 410 Regency Center, just off of the Beltline Road in Collinsville. Give them a call at 343-3602 or online at chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. Jayhawks come in with an overall record of 2-1. This after a victory last night at Waterloo by that same score, 2-1. O'Fallon comes in at 1-1, and they are coming off of their first loss of the year. That was at the hands of the Belleville East Lancers at O'Fallon last night. Final score was 3-2, but it was a 2-2 contest that went into overtime. no decision in overtime, so they went to penalty kicks, and the Lancers came out on top of that one. So O'Fallon comes in at 1-1 under Jason Turkington, his 20th year as head coach of the O'Fallon Panthers. He has a 242, 155, and 10 record in those previous 19 years. Rob Lugie enters his 4th year as Collinsville's head coach. He comes in with an overall mark of 52, 24, and 2. We will take our first break. We'll take a deeper dive into these two teams when we come back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach, whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues. We have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Whether building a new home, making an addition to the home you currently own, or finally getting around to that remodeling job you've been putting off, Pace Design and Construction in Maryville can help. Pace Design and Construction is a building and remodeling contractor you can trust. They provide the highest quality, they are dedicated to their customers, and are committed to completing your project on time and within budget. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Give them a call at 618-407-5466, online at pacedesignconstruct.com, or on Facebook at Pace Construction Design.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach, whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues. We have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
And we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network, getting you ready for some boys soccer between 2-1 Collinsville and 1-1 O'Fallon. I am Todd Duke, Brett Borum on the other microphone. Glad to have you with us here on the Kahok Sports Network. Very chilly night for some soccer, especially for the spectators. But again, just like Saturday there, Brett, not bad for the players.
No, you're right, Todd. I'm just trying to stay warm up here in the press box with a parka on, and I'm still a little cold.
All right, so you have witnessed both the last couple of games, the win here Saturday against Belleville Western. You went to Waterloo last night to witness that sloppy mess. But in the last two games, Collinsville has outscored their opponents 5-1. What do you want to see continue to pick up a victory here tonight?
You know, last night's game, I'm going to say, is a little bit of an anomaly. And what I mean by that is the conditions were so bad. The field conditions and the sideways rain that they faced in the last 10 minutes of the second half. It was very tough to play in. Some of the worst conditions that I can remember, even as a player. So I'm gonna throw that out because they had to play a kick and run type game just to muster out that win, getting those last 2 goals in the last 10 minutes of the match. So I'd like to see them get back to a more possession style game tonight. I'm gonna guess that O'Fallon's probably gonna be a very technical team. Looks to me like it's gonna be a very senior, upperclassmen, senior, junior laden team, and the young Kahawks that we have this year. It's gonna be a challenge.
Sure will be. All right, let's dive deeper into this, and let's tell you a little bit about O'Fallon. Jason Turkington, his 20th year, I mentioned that at the outset. The boys soccer program started in 1977, and O'Fallon has only had 3 soccer head coaches in their boys program history in all that time. So Art Vollinger got it started in 77. He stayed there for 20 years, 77 to 97. 313 wins, 84 losses, and 43 ties in 21 years. 5-time regional champion, 1-time sectional champion, and the best mark that he had, and it's the, I believe, the 23-1 mark is still the best mark in school program history. Rick Bickle coached for 3 years. He won 50 games, lost 14, tied 5. He was there from 98 to 2000, and since 2001, it's been Turkington, 10 times regional champion, 1-time sectional, and 1-time super sectional. Of course, that took them to a state trip in 2006 where they lost to Warren High School out of Gurney 2-1 in quarterfinal action. By the way, they beat Collinsville 2-1 in the sectional championship game that year just to make it to the super sectional. So I mentioned it earlier in the JV game, but Brett, that's a lot of heritage there in O'Fallon soccer, and they're good year in and year out.
Yes, they are. Art Vollinger is a legendary coach, probably on the same level or getting close to a Gene Baker from Granite City. Turkington is starting to establish his legacy as well with 21 years, as you said. So, yeah, good coaching tree for sure.
We will take our final break here on the Chiropractic Works pregame show. When we come back, we'll pass along the starting 11 for both of these teams, and we'll do that for you in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach. Whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues, we have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 in Collinsville or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside.
Everyone has those projects around the house that you just don't want to do. AW Outdoor Solutions can take care of that for you. Former Collinsville High School graduate Adam Welly owns AW Outdoor Solutions, and he and his crew can handle all of the dirty work around your home or business, whether that's tree trimming and maintenance, brush removal, power washing, gutter cleaning, and leaf raking and removal. AW Outdoor Solutions can handle that and much more. AW Outdoor Solutions is fully insured and offers free estimates on all of their work. AW Outdoor Solutions. Call Adam Welly at 314-252-8010 or on Facebook at AW Outdoor Solutions.
Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville, owned by former Kahok Jay Merkel. At Extreme Details, they believe in the value of community and in helping the community hold the value of their vehicles. A sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details offers drop-off, pickup, and delivery service, as well as a mobile service. Whether that's a simple wash and wax or all the way up to a full detail job. No job is too big or too small for Extreme Details. Plus, Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal and vacuums every vehicle regardless of what package you choose. Cars, trucks, boats, motorcycles, and more. Extreme Details in Collinsville. Open 9 to 6 Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 on Saturday. Call Jay Merkel for an appointment at 301-6033 or 977-1224. Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our K-Hawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a K-Hawk, always a K-Hawk. Hashtag K-Hawk Family. Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a K-Hawk sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' K-Hawk sandwich. Cafe Agape. Check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you.
The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KHawkSports.com and the K-Hawk Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org. All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent customer service. Do we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or on Facebook at All Pro Tees. Or call All Pro Tees at 344-2200.
And once again, welcome back to Kahok Stadium. Just about ready for some boys varsity soccer action between Collinsville and the O'Fallon Panthers. Here are your starters for the O'Fallon Panthers. In goal, number 0, Ben Eckel. Vishal Jacob wears number 1 on his back. He's a defender. Tyler Looning, a junior midfielder, wears number 2 on his back. Toby Yabara, who leads the O'Fallon Panthers in goals scored so far this year. He is a midfielder and a senior. Sam Becker, a senior defenseman. Andre Robertson, a junior midfielder. John Rackford, a junior midfielder as well. Garrett Nichols, another junior midfielder. Brent Black, why don't we continue with that? How about a senior midfielder? Nolan Kluming, a senior midfielder, and Dominic Mararak is a junior midfielder for O'Fallon. O'Fallon wearing the white uniforms. They are the visitors. They have the royal blue as their number on their backs, and O'Fallon written across the fronts. For Collinsville, Carter Wagner, the senior, will start in goal. In front of him, you will find Dane Compton, Efren Lopez, Trey Peterson, Braden Shiragi, Yarhiv Figueroa, Landon Mahat, Luis Fernandez, Adam Reiniger, Alex Lorsback, and Jackson Perrell. And we are underway. Welcome one and welcome all. Collinsville with the ball over on the far side. We'll pass along a little history. How about since the start of the 1999 season, Collinsville and O'Fallon, I'll tell you what, they play, and they play a lot, and they play even. Over the course of the regular season over the last 21 years, how about a record of 11-1? 11 wins for Collinsville, 11 wins for O'Fallon, and 1 tie for the both of them. It doesn't get much more even than that there, does it?
No, you're right. How many years is that?
21 years. 23 games over 21 years in the regular season. One was in a tournament, I believe, and last year these two teams played twice in the regular season, and O'Fallon tries to get the ball out of there. Collinsville will be shooting at the goal down there where they are. That goal is occupied by Ben Eckel, and Eckel so far on the year, 180 minutes. He is 1-1, and he has allowed 2 goals, and he's done that on 12 saves. So 14 shots have come his way, 12 saves and 2 goals. Goals against average right around 90, and the save percentage just a tick over 85%. So we'll see how young Mr. Eckel fares here tonight. He sends the ball all the way out to midfield, and O'Fallon takes over, but then the ball is a little bit too far for O'Fallon to corral it before it ends up going out of bounds. Jackson Peril will have his first throw-in of the game, and I'm sure it won't be his last.
No.
Peril all the way up the sideline. Pop back out, and Jackson will do it all over again. I told you that wasn't going to be his last. I didn't expect the second one to be 5 seconds later, though.
He'll be as busy as that last gentleman on O'Fallon in the JV game.
Oh, yeah. Weber. I'm sure he has arms that are the size of Popeyes by now with all those throw-ins. Here is number 3. That's Toby Ybarra. Ybarra streaks up that far sideline. Got that headband on.
Quick.
And, yeah, he is very quick. Shoots the ball up, and he tries to find Andre Robertson, but Collinsville's defense gets that out of here. Now O'Fallon sends it into that defensive zone of the Kahawks, and Collinsville will head the ball right back out at midfield. Almost spun down there on a grab is Lyndon Mahat, and no whistle on the play, but Mahat, I think somebody grabbed him around his shoulder and then spun him around. Ball at midfield. Collinsville punches in the zone. Here is Yahir Figueroa. Figueroa is going to try to turn the corner. Not a lot of room there. The defense was all over Figueroa right off the get-go, and Yahir could not get separation. He had to kind of slow down to catch up with the ball, so to speak.
Early on in this first sequence of minutes, first 10 minutes, I'm going to keep an eye on Figueroa. I don't think he played yesterday in Waterloo. I had heard that he had an injury of some sort, but I'm not sure what it is.
Well, he's in there now, and there's a head ball that goes right into the arms of Eckel. Tag Baker leads Collinsville with 2 goals. Yahir has 1. Jimmy Crowder has 1. Hensler and Lorsbach scored theirs last night. Trey Peterson scored his in the first game of the year. So Collinsville backs it up on defense now. Vishal Jacobs sends it all the way up that sideline, and then booting it over to that far sideline was Dane Compton, picked up over there by Collinsville, and Efren Lopez in a battle on a double-team defense. And then Ybarra ends up sending it into the Collinsville bench, so Collinsville will get to take over, and Jackson Peril will throw it in. He'll throw it from about the 20-yard line of the football field to midfield. That's a 30-yard throw. Over to this side now, Sam Becker. Becker sends the ball up the sideline. John Rackford trying to send it into the offensive zone, but that ball gets by and behind the Collinsville Kahawk cheerleaders. Jackson Peril will come over here and pick up a ball, and we'll throw it in as we approach 36 minutes to play here in this first half. Comes up the sideline and booted back out of bounds once again. O'Fallon. They'll take control of it. I got word from Zach Roseman that the JV girls lost their volleyball game. Not sure about what happened after that. Because, well, they've probably been playing for a little bit less than an hour, the varsity Kahawks have. That ball sent all the way out on that far sideline, and unable to catch up with it is Adam Reiniger, and that ball ends up going out of bounds. O'Fallon gets to keep it. Back into the defensive zone. Slowed down there by Jimmy Crowder.
I don't know.
No, that's Peril. Didn't turn around long enough for me to see the 0.
I think Crowder might still be nursing an injury as well. It's going to be a busy week. 4 games this week for the Kahawks in a very condensed schedule. 6 weeks or so. So got to keep fresh legs.
Sure do. Got a game on Thursday and another set of games on Saturday.
Yep.
So these Kahawks will be very busy. Play takes place over on the far side. Ends up going out of bounds. Kahawks coming off a 2-1 win last night at Waterloo. Goals by Hensler and Lorsback, told you about that. Carter Wagner picks up win number 2. He allowed 1 goal on just 4 shots. I guess it was well, you were talking about the sloppy mess out there. I was going to say it was a good defensive game, but I'm sure the conditions had a little bit more to do with that.
Sure did. Now, the Kahawks had a lot of chances early on in that first half against Waterloo, but every ball that they struck was right at the keeper. Put it right in his chest. And
speaking of keeper, Carter Wagner has that one bounce into his chest. He comes away with it. And he'll send it back out. Why does the ball look old and dirty?
It does, doesn't it?
It does. Whistle on the play. For O'Fallon last night, they lost at home to Belleville East. O'Fallon 2 goals in the first half. And those were by Tyler Looning and Toby Ybarra. Lancers scored 1 each in the first and the second half. Of course, they went through the overtimes, went into penalty kicks, and Belleville East won that. Ben Eckel in goal, allowed 2 goals on 10 shots. That, of course, is not counting the penalty kicks, just during regular play. So he faced 10 shots, and 2 of them went in.
The referee must have read your mind earlier because he switched the balls out.
Yeah. I'm like, what? That was like an old gray, and I thought that was maybe it was just a gray ball. Not dirty, but it appeared dirty. I understand that the Belleville East goalkeeper last night made 3 saves in the penalty kick phase. That's unbelievable.
That is unbelievable. You hope to get 1 out of your keeper. If you get 3, you should win every time.
That's just crazy talk right there. Play at midfield. 33 minutes, 15 seconds left to go. Kahawks trying to pull out a win here tonight. Freshman lost, JV lost, so it's up to the varsity boys to break that trend. And there's a nice hit ball. That's a wind behind it, and Lorsback was in that box trying to bank one off of his head, but ends up going across the line, and it'll be a goal kick restart for Ben Eckel.
This beautiful flighted ball by, who was that? Was that Shragi, or was that? Yeah, it was nice.
How did I end up missing time again? Got to add time on. The clock gets stopped and I didn't realize it?
Yes, when he switched the ball out.
Oh, okay. That's what happened.
Oh, well done, Braden Shragi.
Yeah. Shragi
blocking
gets
that
in
ball.
Close on Tyler Looning, who had a goal in last night's game against Belleville East. That ball goes across the sideline as well, so it'll just be a throw-in here.
Braden Shragi, for a big guy, he's very athletic and he's quicker than he looks.
Kluming throws that one high and deep. It goes bouncing all across the other side. Collinsville has to come up with it. They do. It is Trey Peterson, who is probably being tugged on from behind. He still managed to get that ball up there, and Collinsville will retain possession. And it'll be a throw-in here by Jackson Perrell right in front of the Kahawk cheerleaders.
I think that ball was headed for the net, Todd.
Yeah, it looked like it might have been. Off of the back of the head there of Luis Fernandez. He tries to chase it down, but Eckel is going to get there and send it over on that far side sideline for Kluming. Kluming, he'll pop the ball back out toward midfield, and he finds Tyler Looning right there with it. Looning has 4 people wearing purple uniforms back behind him or in front of him, and a nice job there by Dane Compton. Turns the corner, took the ball, sends it up, lures back. Oh, what a nice feed that would have been for a streaking Yahir Figueroa right up the middle of the field.
That was a big-time play by Dane Compton, a center back on that last sequence, playing like a senior, and he's only a freshman.
Brent Black sends the ball up that far sideline for O'Fallon, and it goes off of the body for a moment of Compton. And then O'Fallon comes away with it. They've got numbers heading the other way. 4 against 2. Here comes Ybarra.
Yes.
And a nice play defensively over there once again by Shiragi. And that keeps everything even at 0-0. But a corner kick coming up here for O'Fallon.
Ybarra's last touch got away from him. Just gave enough time for Shiragi to close that distance and close that play down.
Dominic Maracket. I don't even know anymore.
A for effort.
If anyone knows, Mararac. It's not an easy one to come off the tongue. There's a shot right at the goalpost, and that ball's still out of there and in play. And O'Fallon sends it all the way back out front. Yahir Figueroa comes up with it. A little back kick. Nicely done there to Trey Peterson, and then Figueroa trying to track it down. He can't, and O'Fallon is going to get the ball back.
They sold that one themselves, too. That could have been a Collinsville ball.
Throw in coming from Sam Becker for O'Fallon. Up the sideline, off the head, and then to Trey Peterson. Up to Collinsville, and trying to see who it
Reiniger.
was.
Oh!
Oh. And a
That
whistle.
should be a card.
Is it going to be?
That should have been a card. He purposely delayed his run, grabbed him by the shirt or the arm. He could have been one-on-one with the keeper.
No card, huh? I heard folks in the stands yelling the same thing. Card.
Mm-hmm.
Now here Figueroa out there pleading his case as well, and the referee says, just go up and get the ball and put it right here.
I'm shocked that wasn't a card.
Figueroa. Ready to strike it, about 40 yards away. He does so, and it stays low, and it's headed out by O'Fallon. Stayed down there for a moment, and now Collinsville trying to keep the ball alive. Here is Peterson. Peterson over to the sideline here for Fernandez, and Fernandez couldn't track the ball down. It goes out of bounds, and O'Fallon will have a throw in. They throw it in quickly. Peterson trying to keep up with Tyler Looning. And that ball ends up out of bounds. Cheerleaders need to keep on cheering. This is not a night to just stand there, that's for sure.
Nope.
It's cold.
Masks are probably keeping their face a little warm.
Yeah, you know, I don't mind in the wintertime. I walked out. It keeps my nose warm. I'm ready for winter to be over. It's just hanging on just a little bit too long, and I know the first day of spring isn't until about 5 days from now, but still. Here is Peterson trying to get there before Looning does, and just getting there in time was Peterson.
It was a big-time clearance by the goalkeeper.
Sure was. Now over to Ybarra. Ybarra.
Ooh.
He gets taken off the ball by Trey Peterson, and then Peterson gets knocked on his butt. And both of them might get a little talking to from the referee. Referee definitely talking to Ybarra.
Mm-hmm.
Free kick coming up from one end of the field to the other. Here is Shiragi. Shiragi sends the ball out toward midfield. Off of the head there of Seth McKenzie for O'Fallon, and then O'Fallon back to work offensively, but Shiragi sends that ball right back to midfield to Figueroa. Figueroa holding off his defender quite nicely, sends it up that far sideline, but it's going to be way too hard, and trying to come up that sideline was Adam Reiniger, and he was just led just a little bit too far.
Right idea, wrong pace.
Collinsville wants to bring in 3 subs at the next opportunity. O'Fallon looks like they want to bring in 1. And now O'Fallon with the ball. A nice move by Andre Robertson. Robertson sends it over there on the far side, trying to find Ybarra. Led him just a little bit too far. Ybarra tracks it down over there just outside the box, and then sends it over to the sideline. Collinsville intercepts from there, and then the Kahawks will send the ball back upfield. But behind the play, we had a whistle. What happened there?
I didn't see it.
Neither did I. Collinsville's ball, so it happened against O'Fallon. Tell you what, the referee lets these guys keep on getting away with this stuff. They're going to take liberties with that and make it a little rougher, and then people will start getting themselves in trouble.
Teenage boys, you've got to take control of the game early.
Shiragi takes care of the restart. Over to Harrell. Now over this way for Trey Peterson. Peterson skirts it up the sideline, but it's going to skip across the line before Figueroa can track it down. 26 minutes to go here in this first half. Throw in coming from O'Fallon after we have substitutions to take care of. Last year, Collinsville and O'Fallon played each other 3 times. Collinsville lost all 3 of them. They lost 3-1 at O'Fallon. They lost 2-0 here, and then they lost in the regional championship game at O'Fallon. So not a good year for the Kahawks against the Panthers. Here we're trying to correct things, and over on the far side, shot taken by Andre Robertson. He had some smoke behind that ball.
Yes, he did. That was some great pace on that shot, going away from the goal, crossing his body.
He was double-teamed over there as well and still managed to get a good shot off. Carter Wagner sends the ball high into the air and on the near side sideline. Peterson keeps it in, and then it's sent up the sideline again, and tracking it down is Shiragi. Shiragi off of the body of Looning, and that takes a strange bounce and it goes all the way to the goalkeeper where it's picked up by O'Fallon once again, and another shot, and Carter Wagner comes out to his left to make that save.
Kind of a misplay or misclear by Carter Wagner. Puts the ball right back in the mixer to a White O'Fallon forward, resulting in a chance.
Well, the Shiragi tried to clear it, and he did so off of Looning, and that kept the ball alive in the offensive zone for O'Fallon. So Collinsville got lucky to escape that with no damage done, and now O'Fallon takes over possession of the ball once again. This time they'll send it back to the defense, and Dominic Mararak will go with that. Now look for Collinsville, and
nice ball.
Oh, there we go. Here's Tag Baker. Baker with a try for number 3. Mishit it. Didn't get everything behind it, and he looked like he probably just ticked it with the front of his shoe, and it ends up just being a roller that goes off to the right for Eckel to take care of. Boy, that looked dangerous. Could have been a lot better than that. But it is what it is. Here's Figueroa. Figueroa.
Nope.
Gets rid of a player.
No
call. Back to Figueroa it goes. He tries to lead a player up the sideline, and here back over to Garofalo, and then back over here to the middle for Peterson. Peterson breaks in. Now back over for Baker. Coming in on the right side. Baker shoots it high.
Jimmy Crowder's entered the game on the left side. He had a nice ball there in the midfield. Worked the ball out here to the outside on the right flank. Tag Baker just mishit it.
That old dirty gray ball back out there again. 23 minutes left to play here in this first half. No score between Collinsville and O'Fallon here in varsity action. That ball into the wind, sent out pretty far. Nice job by Eckel. And a little bit of leg behind that. Here is Peterson. Peterson sends it back to Shiragi. Shiragi over there onto the far side. Into the middle of the field. And sent back to midfield and off of the chest of Garofalo. Garofalo sends it over here to Peterson. Peterson up the near sideline, pops one in the middle, and Figueroa trying to chase it down, but Eckel got there first. And that offensive opportunity falls by the wayside. Here is O'Fallon bringing it up once again. It is McKenzie. McKenzie up the far sideline. Turning on that right wing, trying to put it in the middle, trying to find Looning, but another nice job on the defensive side by Collinsville. And back over to McKenzie it goes. And then Andre Robertson over there once again. Couldn't track it down before it goes out of bounds, so Collinsville's ball. 22 minutes to play here in this first half. Ball ends up out of bounds again. Whistle will let everybody know that. Last win for Collinsville was 2018. 3-0 here at Collinsville High School. And that was the last game that Collinsville won of a 5-year span where they won every meeting in a row against O'Fallon. That was a nice stretch.
Good effort trying to save that.
Across the sideline instead of the end line. Trying to track that ball down with Sam Garofalo. Had a lot of speed, but that ball was rolling a little too quick as O'Fallon wants to make some more player changes. So for 5 years in a row, 2014 to 2018, Collinsville won every matchup against O'Fallon. That was all in the regular season. But the teams met in the playoffs for 5 straight years between 2010 and 2014, and O'Fallon won all of those matchups. So O'Fallon, I'm sure, will look at that and say, yeah, you can go ahead and beat us in the regular season, but we'll take care of you in the playoffs every year. We're good with that.
Sounds like they had a little dynasty going there for a bit.
Yeah, 5 years in a row, and I remember that too. We were broadcasting some of those games, and every year that we got that draw, and I'm like, man, can we just not play O'Fallon anymore in the playoffs for a minute? And lo and behold, the 2019 season, we did not play O'Fallon in the playoffs, and that was the year we went all the way to state and came home with a third-place trophy, so I got my wish. Here's Tag Baker. Baker just sends it up past the defense, and he'll try to go get it back again, and now we have a whistle behind the play again. Not sure what's going on.
I'm not either.
There's a guy over there on his knees slapping the ground. That is Chris Moore. He was on his knees, and he was banging the ground with his hand like he was mad about something.
Well, referee looks like he's heading over there.
Yeah, and the clock has stopped. So there's a reason for all that. Not sure what the reason is. Well, as soon as I get my clock restarted, you guys start it up again. See how you are?
Come on, Jimmy.
And interception by Figueroa. He's trying to work around a defender, does so, and then O'Fallon pokes that ball out the sideline. We are halfway through the first half. No score between Collinsville and O'Fallon. Glad that you're with us. My name is Todd Duke. Brett Bourne on the other microphone. And a throw-in from Jackson Carroll on the far side sideline and up into the middle off of the head of Vishal Jacob. And it comes down again. Collinsville trying to corral the ball. It's not really in control of anyone right now until O'Fallon comes away with it. And here is Andre Robertson moving the ball upfield across midfield. Sends it up the sideline. Cuts back toward the middle. That's picked up there by Collinsville and Dane Compton. Now on the sideline, comes back right back toward Compton. Compton steps up, and then O'Fallon steps right around him. And O'Fallon in the box, no takedown over there. Shiragi just playing some good defense as that ball ends up coming back up the sideline. And O'Fallon still alive in their offensive zone. Trying to find some defensive push over there is Jimmy Crowder. And then Crowder gets in front of the player and tries to take the ball away. Now again, and then uses that back heel and flicks it out of bounds. O'Fallon will have a throw in from the far side sideline.
Shiragi showing some big-time battle down there in the corner for the Kahawks.
Throw in comes in. Never did make it toward the middle. Kind of stayed out there to that far side off the post. Now up the far side sideline. O'Fallon keeps it in. Collinsville sends it back up to midfield. O'Fallon, a little chip. And it goes all the way back to Compton. Compton moves the ball up and then over into the middle to Shiragi. Shiragi looking for tag Baker. Baker's not going to be able to track that ball down before it goes out of bounds.
Quick restart.
Quick throw in, and then Shiragi bangs one off of his own defenseman, Peterson. Peterson shakes that arm. That stings, man. That's like hitting the baseball with an aluminum bat and it's like 20 degrees outside.
Mm-hmm.
Sam Becker will throw it in here for O'Fallon. Throws it a little bit too far, Peterson, and turns around and banks it right off of its intended target, Jack Lloyd. Jackson Perrell ready for another throw-in opportunity. Jackson shoots the ball up off of the head of Sam Becker. And whistle on the play. Did that hit Lorsback in the hand or something? Yeah, the referee says, nope, too fast. Too fast of a restart for you. Now we'll be ready to go. Racket.
It's a
Sends
well-played
the ball
ball.
down. It is, and Wagner comes out solid all the way and had a leaping save of that shot. This one comes all the way back out to midfield, off of the back of the head of the O'Fallon defender, and then picked up, and Yahir Figueroa not going to get there in time, and then he's taken out, is Figueroa, by Brent Black, right inside the box. Is that going to be a call?
Nope. Nope.
What do you got to do to get a call around here? Got to know somebody? Jackson Perrell with another throw-in. This one coming right down below our camera. And Jackson throws it up the line. Yahir Figueroa is going to be able to do something with it if he can turn the corner. Pushed again. And then Figueroa gets around big number 11. Throws it back out front. And then taken down in the box once again. I think that one's going to be called.
Against.
Against? Oh, man. Come on, Figueroa. I was looking at the ball and didn't see anything happen. The last person I saw get up was Figueroa. So apparently, I just missed the good part. Eckel sends it back out with 15.5 to go here in this first half, and the ball comes right back. And Eckel has to play it again and pretty much sends it out of bounds on one kick. So a throw in by Jackson Perrell.
Got a sub coming.
Subs coming in. 2 for Collinsville, 1 for O'Fallon.
Looks like Mahat and Reiniger entering. Lorsbach exiting. Tag
Lorsbach
Baker.
and Tag Baker going out. Going out is McKenzie for O'Fallon. And did not see the number of the young man replacing him. Anyway, here is Jackson Perrell with the throw-in. He throws it all the way into the box, and it's headed right back out. And referee needs to get out of the way. And O'Fallon back on the attack once again. Jacob over to his teammate Shield Connect. Back up front. And Mahat with it. Up that sideline, into the middle. Didn't get to the sideline. Instead it was intercepted, and back out the other way we go. And here is Rackford in the middle for O'Fallon, and O'Fallon has a player past the defense. Coming around that left wing is Lloyd. Lloyd uses the heel to send the ball back toward the sideline where it's picked up by Trey Peterson. Now to Shiragi. Shiragi back up, and then it's kicked back out. Nice try on the pass attempt, but here is a dangerous opportunity for O'Fallon. Jackson Perrell gets that ball out of there right before it was going to be struck. Here is Figueroa now on the far side in front of the Collinsville bench. Sends it up into the middle of the field for Fernandez. Fernandez left the ball. Gets it back. Gets bumped off of it. Now on the far sideline, Collinsville brings it up once again. 13:45 left to play here in this first half. Ball being chased down by the defense for O'Fallon, and Eckel will send the ball right back out to midfield. And Collinsville sends it back up. Nice header there by Compton in the right place. But O'Fallon finds the ball on their foot. Jacob sends it up that far sideline, and then back over here for Jackson Perrell. Perrell over to the sideline, has it picked off. Jacob, he smelled that interception the whole way, comes in on the right side, takes a shot, but that's off of a body, and that is going to go out of bounds, and O'Fallon will have a corner kick.
Dane Compton's playing some stellar defense back there tonight, especially in the air. He's winning a lot of balls in the air for a guy that's a little bit smaller in stature. Again, playing like a senior.
Corner kick coming again from the far side. Second corner kick for O'Fallon from this exact same spot. Collinsville has had, one corner kick? Oh, that's a nice shot. That stayed low, and then it goes right into Carter Wagner. And the frustration for O'Fallon continues on the offensive side. Wagner pops that one all the way up past midfield, takes a big bounce, and then it stays up in the air. And trying to wrestle it away over there was Reiniger. And now it comes to Shiragi. Shiragi gets it back to Jackson Perrell. Perrell gets bumped off the ball. Nice play there by Toby Ybarra. And Ybarra sends the ball up. O'Fallon has some numbers heading in the right direction. Here is Jacob. Jacob over on the far side. Shot. And that one's in off of the hands of Wagner. And the score by Tyler Looning makes it 1-0 in favor of O'Fallon.
O'Fallon definitely had numbers pushing up into the play. Roofs the ball into the upper 90 of the net.
So 1-0 in favor of O'Fallon. JV team fell behind 1-0. 1 minute and 10 seconds into the JV game. Never did get the tying goal, and then late in the game, O'Fallon got the one to make it the 2-0 difference that it ended up being. 12:02 left to play here in this first half, so Collinsville with some work to do. I'm Todd Duke. Brett Bourne is along with me. Brett Bourne was the goalkeeper for Collinsville's varsity boys team in 1992 when they won their state championship, the last of 4 state championships for the boys soccer program. So, sir, in those 30 years, what's changed about the sport of soccer? I mean, baseball, basketball's got the 3-point line, DH, there's things that change in sports all the time. What is different from when you played as opposed to now?
There's been all kinds of different rule changes and things like that. But if you're asking me from a perspective of youth soccer, I would have to say that the level of coaching and training that these kids get these days are well above the dad coaches that we had back in the 70s, 80s, and even in the 90s. So the training, the coaching is top notch compared to what it was when I used to play.
Yeah, technological advances has really brought that to the forefront in almost every sport.
Yeah.
Nutrition plays a big part now, when back in the day you guys probably didn't care what you put in
You're
your
exactly
bodies.
right. There's a lot of specialized training too,
Yeah.
you know, where the kids are they're not just playing a season, they're playing year round, and when they're not actually playing, they're doing some sort of strength and speed training or whatever to keep their skills and their fitness level up.
Oh, wrong way. Forgot to start the clock again, don't you know? This is going to be a problem with me all year, I can tell.
I'm going to have to keep an eye on you.
I'm telling you. Can't even press a simple button here to start the clock. Trying to get used to soccer all over again, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, back in the day, I guess fast food was the diet of teenage sports figures around the area.
Well,
Probably still is a little bit.
Still is. I have
Yeah.
a 15-year-old son, trust
Yeah.
me.
Oh, I know. I got a 17-year-old daughter who just turned 17 today, as a matter of fact. Happy birthday to my lovely daughter, Addison. But I'm telling you what, she can eat like a basketball team.
Yeah. This play down here on the end line, O'Fallon's begging for a corner kick, and I think they're right. I think it did deflect off of a Kahok. We got away with one there.
So Carter Wagner will send the ball back out, but the referee says, nope, let's hold off first. And they'll send it back over to Wagner, as I believe O'Fallon and Collinsville making some player changes. One each.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Will Martin into the game? Is that who I see? I can't tell. 5, 9, 6, 8. I can't tell that number. I'm going to make a plea to have just as big as numbers on the fronts of the jerseys as they're on the back.
Oh, we got a yellow card for number 7.
Oh.
I'm going to guess for some sort of dissent would be my guess.
Yeah.
Since the play was not.
That's usually the way it is, though, when play's not going on. So, Andre Robertson will have to check out of the game with a yellow card. Somebody please yell at me when the referee says stop the clock. Okay. Well, I started the clock when I heard the whistle. Ball ends up out of bounds. Collinsville's ball. We approach 9 minutes to go here in this first half. Kahawks trailing 1-0. Not from lack of trying, though, that is for sure. They've had some offensive opportunities here in this first half, unlike the JV team, who really didn't see much of the offensive side of the field in the first half of that JV game.
Yeah.
They figured a little bit out later, and they just couldn't find a way to put one in the back of the net. On the far side of the field, Ybarra brings it up here for O'Fallon, and that's blocked out. Nicely done there by Compton. And Compton trying to wrestle the ball away from Ybarra. Ybarra flicks the ball up, and it's a race for it. And a shot and a save.
Great save.
By Carter Wagner just over that outside far post. And that ball had some miles per hour on it.
Yes, it did. Textbook save to his left. Great job by Carter Wagner.
That one goes over everybody through midfield. And then a defensive play by O'Fallon sends it all the way back down into the Panthers' offensive zone. Wagner came out to play that just as Ybarra was getting ready to close in. And now Collinsville at midfield. Fernandez trying to wrestle the ball away. He does to Shiragi. Shiragi sends the ball all the way down the field, and it's kicked out of bounds before Eckel could make a break on it. And O'Fallon tries to get to it before it goes out of bounds, but I think that was too late. I think I've got a short developing in my headset. I just got really loud all of a sudden. Throw in coming from Jackson Perrell. All the way over on the far side of the field. And he gets it up and just outside, and it gets right back to Jackson Perrell. So Perrell lets it go out of bounds since it was off an O'Fallon player, and Perrell will throw it in once again. Jackson Perrell.
Perrell had more confidence in the throw than another service across the box.
That one's popped straight up in the air, and Figueroa trying to time it to
get a shot off. I think his jersey was tugged from behind, and he was stuck in mud for a minute. And now O'Fallon races the ball up. Here is Looning, who has the first goal, and Lorsbach is going to be called for a interference foul.
I think it's going to be
Garofalo. And a yellow card issued to Sam Garofalo as well. So, a couple of yellow cards issued here in this first half. Yeah, I got it. Toby Ybarra. He's the one with the Jimi Hendrix style headband around his head there.
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to take it, though. That doesn't get very far, and Figueroa. Oh, now another foul. No, he's not talking about that, dude. Number 20, that's Kluming. He was going to
crushes Jimmy Crowder.
Yeah, he was going to argue that the ball went out of bounds off of the Collinsville player when he didn't get called for that. He got called for taking down the Collinsville player. Did he get a yellow card too?
He did.
He did.
Getting chippy.
Man, I'm telling you what. See, I warned you about that earlier. I'm like, you keep on letting these kids get away with this stuff, they're going to take it to the next level, and the next level isn't going to be pretty.
Right.
Here is Figueroa. Figueroa sends it toward the goal off of an O'Fallon head, popped straight up, and he can't get it out, so Collinsville gets to keep it in. Here is Crowder. Crowder sends it all the way back, and it's going to be Shiragi who will sidestep Ybarra, and Shiragi coming in to play some offense, runs into a player, and that one's going to go all the way back to Crowder. Crowder pops it right back into the offensive zone, and Collinsville trying to go back to work off of Tag Baker, and then off of the opposing number 5, Gavin Hughes. Over onto the far side now for DeWeese. DeWeese had himself a pretty good game in that JV contest.
He did.
And up the sideline it goes and out of bounds, and we'll start from there. 5:45 left to play here in this first half. O'Fallon sends the ball back out. Jackson Perrell with it. He knows what to do. He'll throw it in from in front of his own bench. Throws it in front of the O'Fallon bench, and then it gets sent back to midfield. Shiragi uses the head to get it out to the midfield logo. And over here to this side, a turn and a shot up for Hensler up the sideline. He finds the foot of Reiniger, and that is out of bounds, and they're going to say O'Fallon's ball. Becker ready to throw it in as we approach 5 minutes to play here in this first half. 1-0 in favor of O'Fallon. Tyler Looning scored. 12 minutes and 2 seconds left on the clock when that happened. Here is Lorsbach in the middle. He was trying to leave it there or feed it for Jackson Perrell, and it went over everybody, and now Collinsville will just play it back, and Carter Wagner will send the ball back up. Does so on that far sideline. Poked up even farther. Now into the middle off of a body that belonged to Collinsville to Yahir Figueroa. Tried to work the ball up and trying to find one of his midfielders or his forwards. Here we go with a little bit of action. Now it gets passed, and it's going to go all the way to Eckel, and Eckel is going to scoop it up before Baker or anyone else could get there to do anything with it. Boomed all the way out to midfield. Perrell uses his head over there on the far sideline, and DeWeese is all over the back of Trey Peterson. Man, things are getting a little rough out there. Are we watching rugby or soccer?
Definitely getting chippy.
Man.
I like the Collinsville's keeping their composure.
Another free kick for Collinsville, but this one's from just beyond midfield. Comes up right into the middle of the field, and a nice try on the chip by Lorsbach, but it never did cooperate with him, and now Lorsbach trying to use his head, can't quite get there, uses his foot, gets it to Perrell. Perrell almost got hit in the hands with the ball, and now over on the far side, Trey Peterson chases it down, sends it on up, and then back over to Lorsbach. Lorsbach tries to chip it up and
find one of his teammates streaking up the sideline, but nobody was running up the sideline. I think they forgot. But another throw in for Collinsville. Jackson Peril over there to handle that with 3 minutes to go here in this first half.
Like to see Collinsville pick up the intensity just one more level here in
There's
the last 3 minutes.
a header that goes a little bit wide of the goal, and O'Fallon sends it upfield. And here is Shiragi. Shiragi sends it right back to where it came from. And then a header back out toward that gray area there between midfield and the goal box. And now Ybarra with it for O'Fallon. That's off of Lorsbach, so it takes a weird bounce. Goes to Compton off of his head. And then up for Hensler. Loose ball in the middle. Nice job by, nice job by Tag Baker to push off. And
yeah.
He got caught.
Yes, he did.
Coming up on 2 minutes to go. Zach Roseman tells me the girls won the first set against East St. Louis in the varsity side of action. So that's nice. We'll have girls volleyball on for you tomorrow. Alton Marquette, the Explorers, come to town, and we'll have both the JV and the varsity game for you. That ball sent out of bounds as we have 95 seconds to go here in this first half. Jackson Peril set to throw the ball in. Does so. Goes in the box, and Eckel picks it up. Eckel throws the ball right in front of him and then sends it packing past midfield. Boy, that's a pretty good kick into the wind. And then Collinsville sends it right back into the offensive zone, but O'Fallon comes away with it. Here is Rackford, and we're just under a minute to go, and then Dane Compton taken down on the play. No call there. O'Fallon over on that right wing. Tries to send it back into the middle, but it's picked up by Collinsville. And Shiragi, who has had a whale of a first half, sends the ball up. Figueroa in a foot race with Schilling over there. Figueroa can't win it, and it's put out of bounds.
Figueroa has some wheels.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. And a throw-in coming from Jackson Peril with about 30 seconds left. Boy, it'd be nice to get a goal in right before you go into halftime. Those are heartbreakers against teams you do it against. Throw-in comes in off of the leg of Lorsbach right in the middle. And if he could have got that ball on the foot instead of on the knee, might have had a chance. Ball comes down, and O'Fallon will send the ball back up this near sideline and then send it back up to midfield. They come in, a 3-on-1 opportunity as time is getting ready to expire, and the missed pass is going to call time to expire. And that is a whale of a way for the first half to end, man. I tell you what, if that ball would have went straight, they would have had something there with about 2 seconds left. Man, oh, man. Well, we are at halftime, and it's 1-0 in favor of O'Fallon. We will take a timeout here, and we'll come back. Second half action is about 10 minutes away here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Brady Pest and Termite Management is your local pest control source. The Midwest offers its fair share of pest problems, and Brady Pest and Termite Management is up to the challenge. Whether it's pesky rodents in the cold winter months or ants, spiders, and other pests in the warm months, Brady Pest and Termite is your solution. And termites? Brady Pest is tops in the Metro East in termite management. Do you have unwanted pests? Then call the best. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Call 343-1790 or on Facebook at Brady Pest and Termite.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahok fans, before, after, or even during Kahok games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food, like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus, they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahok games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice. The people of Illinois welcome you. The folks in Collinsville, Illinois, well, they want you to stick around for a while and enjoy the sights, the fun, the food, and of course, the Collinsville Kahawks. The city of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District. So welcome to Collinsville. Come on over, catch a Kahawks game, or enjoy some of the new places to eat, shop, and have fun. There's plenty to do for the young and the young at heart. Enjoy Christmas at the Collins House during the holidays, tunes at Bloom in the warm summer months, and more. There's plenty to do in Collinsville, so come on over for a bit. The folks in Collinsville would love to see you. For more information, go to www.collinsville.org. Looking to buy a new home or sell your current home? Trust the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now, and you can trust the years of experience the Blaylock Group brings to the table. The Blaylock Group can help you find your dream home, or they can help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty, 618-780-4622. That's 618-780-4622. The Blaylock Group of eXp Realty. The Times-Tribune, Madison County's longest-running leading independent newspaper. The Times-Tribune covers Troy, Collinsville, Maryville, and all the villages and communities of Madison County. From area city halls to sports, including the Collinsville Kahawks and Unit 10 District News. The Times-Tribune covers that and more. The Times-Tribune is a weekly hometown newspaper published every Thursday, and a one-year subscription is only $40 for the printed and online editions. For more information, call the Times-Tribune at 618-667-3111, online at timestribunenews.com, or follow them on Facebook at Times-Tribune. The reviews are in. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville is a hit in the Metro East. Folks both local and just visiting the area are calling Old Herald Brewery and Distillery a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville is located at 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville and is home to one of the only restaurants in the state with their own brewery and distillery that produces some of the best brews and spirits in the industry. And the food? All created by an in-house chef using local ingredients that will please any palate. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville has daily specials for both inside diners as well as offering curbside pickup specials and family size specials. And don't forget to take home a bottle or a growler of beers brewed on site at Old Herald Brewery and Distillery. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville. Check their Facebook page for daily specials, online ordering at oldheraldbrewery.com, or give them a call at 855-8027. Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking, conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100.
Drink it in. Powerful, vibrant, nutrient-rich fuel for healthy, active, experience-rich lives. Each ingredient chosen carefully, every blend crafted masterfully. Nurturing your passion, nourishing your purpose. so you can be your best self, live your best life, and rule the day.
First National Bank of Waterloo, celebrating over 100 years of banking. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo, now with locations in Collinsville and Maryville, for your mortgage and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, call Bill Metzger at First National Bank of Waterloo at 345-1121 or visit them with their new locations in Collinsville and Maryville or online at fnbwaterloo.com. First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs and sauces and donates 25 cents a unit sold to first responder and military organizations to aid the fallen and assist with suicide prevention and PTSD awareness. Stop on by. See the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place World Champion Patriot Sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at code3spices.com. The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KHOKSports.com and the KHOK Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the KHOK Sports Network and KHOKSports.com.
Once again, welcome back to Kahok Stadium here on the campus of Collinsville High School. 1-0 in favor of O'Fallon, and we are just about ready to start second half action here. Referees are looking like they're ready to go, and I think everybody's just waiting for the clock to be reset. Is that what I'm thinking? I am what I'm thinking. And we're underway in half number 2. Collinsville with a little bit of work to do here as they trail 1-0, and they are shooting at the goal to your left, so we're heading in the right direction already. Here's Figueroa, couldn't get around and really never got his feet set and tried to get that ball heading in the right direction, so O'Fallon comes away with it, and the O'Fallon Panthers work the ball back up, and to midfield it goes. Lore's back with it, and then it's over to Ybarra for O'Fallon. Ybarra, the leading goal scorer for the O'Fallon Panthers coming into this game. And O'Fallon still trying to work their magic down there in the zone. It's picked up, however, by Collinsville. Kahawks kick the ball up. Efren Lopez trying to work it back to midfield. Nice move over there by Figueroa to get the ball over here to this near sideline to Crowder. And Collinsville works the ball up, and let's get into the offensive zone, boys. That one's a little bit too hard for...
Too deep.
Yeah, Tag Baker couldn't catch up with that one. I don't care how long his legs were. Told you about some of these matchups between Collinsville and O'Fallon. Collinsville had a 5-game winning streak in the regular season. O'Fallon had a 5-game winning streak in the postseason. The last and only playoff win for Collinsville in the last 21 years came on October 16th of 2008. So it's been a long time since Collinsville has beaten O'Fallon in a playoff game. But I would be okay not facing them in the playoffs for a couple more years. I'm good with that. Here comes O'Fallon. They pop the ball back, and Collinsville's got numbers back on defense to try to prevent anything major from happening. But a centering pass goes across the line, and that's going to turn into a corner kick. Collinsville tried to stop that from going over, but they just couldn't.
Collinsville's got to come out this half and strike early first. try and get this game back even so they can go up ahead.
In those playoff games on the 2008 side at Belleville West Regionals, the semifinals beat Belleville West 2-1 in the regional championship game, then lost to Normal at Normal in a sectional semifinal by a score of 1-0. That was a header that ended up going wide. And across the line, Collinsville will get the ball back with 37:45 left to play here in this second half. And that one tie I told you about, that tie happened in 2002, 19 years ago, a 1-1 tie on October the 15th. They don't do ties anymore. They don't like them anymore.
Nope, they go to the dreaded PKs now.
Yep, sure do. I'd be fine if we went to a overtime period and a golden goal wins. Then do penalty kicks if you have to. Yeah, Coach Luggie, by the way, he's 2-2 against O'Fallon in his 4 years. That includes the one loss in 2018 in the playoffs. So overall, Coach Luggie is 2-3 against O'Fallon.
That's his alma mater, if I'm not mistaken,
Is
as
it?
well. Yes.
Yeah.
So I believe he probably has a little extra incentive to
Sure.
want to try and come out and put up a dub.
Here are, well, there's more bodies being thrown. Man, I'm telling you what, this game's, I'm telling you, it's got a lot of everything going on here. That was Andre Robertson with Lohr's back over there. Those two just bumped on each other as they both ran toward the ball on the sideline. It is a physical game, that's for sure.
Yep. Has been from the start.
Yeah. Collinsville trying to keep the ball down at this end of the field. Comes all the way back out to Lopez. Lopez skips it off of the body of one of the O'Fallon defenders, and then Lopez couldn't quite collect the ball quick enough, and then a pass that was intended for Jimmy Crowder gets intercepted, and O'Fallon sends the ball back up this way, and nicely done there on the holdoff by Dane Compton. Jackson Perrell will throw the ball in. He'll do so back to Shiragi. Shiragi getting chased down by Ybarra, but before Ybarra could get there, he sends it all the way over onto the far side for Peterson. Peterson sends it up the sideline, but a nice sliding stop there by Hughes for O'Fallon. Keeps everybody on the far sideline, middle of the field. Jackson Perrell with another throw in. All the way up the sideline it goes. The defense knocks it back out of there. And the O'Fallon Panthers bring the ball up. Seth McKenzie sends it over to the sideline, gets it right back from the sideline. Then does a little flip pass over to Garrett Nichols, and then the ball ends up out of bounds once again. And once again, Collinsville's Jackson Perrell with a throw in. And Perrell throws that one deep. And it takes a couple of Kahok bounces. And into the goal!
Jimmy Crowder!
Jimmy Crowder ties the game up at 1. And Collinsville is on the board.
There's that deadly throw in from Jackson Perrell coming in from that right sideline, completely across the 18-yard box. Finds Jimmy Crowder waiting in the 6, who roofs it in the upper left corner.
Nicely done. Kahawks get this thing tied up. Well, don't want to give them 2 goals. I'd like to, but they don't only look good on my scoreboard. It won't really be on the scoreboard here. Back to action. Collinsville gets a goal from Jimmy Crowder. And for Jimmy Crowder, that's his second goal. So he and Tag Baker have the share the lead for Collinsville here in the early going of this very shortened COVID-19 season. O'Fallon with the ball. So the varsity boys unable to do what the junior varsities couldn't do, and that's tie the game up after O'Fallon took a 1-0 lead in that game as well. And O'Fallon ended up winning that one 2-0. Another late goal after Collinsville tried real hard to get it tied up, but just couldn't. But here we do, 1-1. And a whole half left to go, 34 minutes of it to be exact.
Lots of time.
Lots and lots of time. Here is O'Fallon bringing the ball up, and it's intercepted over there by Trey Peterson, and gets it up even farther up the sideline, trying to get Sam Garofalo to travel into the offensive zone, but that one's intercepted by O'Fallon. They streak up that far sideline, and then I'm telling you what, man, this game is rough.
These guys are going to be sore tomorrow.
Yep, Peterson doing his best to just shield that ball going down the sideline, and that O'Fallon player just riding his back the entire way.
And these guys are going to have bruises on their bodies. They're going to go, where'd that come from? Oh, yeah, we played a rough game against O'Fallon last night. Coming up the field and stopping the ball before it goes out of bounds. Nicely done there by Lopez. Gets it back over to Figueroa. Figueroa, nice little fake move to get around his defender. Now comes in on the right wing. Tries to circle, but lost control of the ball. Now it's off of his back. Sends it in. Oh! What a save by Ben Eckel. That ball had that top far corner written all over it. And Eckel comes out there with an arm save just in time.
Unbelievable patience there by Figueroa. Holding the ball, waiting for the space to open up. As soon as it did, he got that rifle of a shot off.
Yeah, he did. He got that ball bounced off his back, and all he had to do was spin around, and it was right on his foot, ready to go. Yeah. Figueroa takes this corner kick and sends it toward the middle of the box out front. It comes down and out the other side, and O'Fallon takes over with it. They want to break out now on some offense. Nice move by Looning. He has the first goal of this game for the O'Fallon Panthers. Looning, he's coming up all by himself until he hands it off to Ybarra. Ybarra, the goal leader for O'Fallon, over here on the right wing, trying to work his way around Efren Lopez. Does so. Comes in. Another scoot move, and that's a nice block out there by the young Dane Compton, the freshman defenseman, to keep that one from going any farther toward the net.
Todd, I think the intensity level has been raised since that Collinsville goal. Feels like the intensity level is picked up. They're ready to go.
Feels like my intensity level's picked up. Maybe just be the Mountain Dew talking. I don't know. 32 minutes to play here in the second half. Carter Wagner sends the ball out to midfield off of the head of Ybarra. Comes down. Collinsville's defense has to go play catch-up. Over on the far side, Peterson trying to track down the ball, and a couple of nice moves over there by the offensive player for O'Fallon. But Jackson Perrell uses that big leg of his to knock that one down. And now a shot and a save by Carter Wagner, and that one has that low skim off the ground skip off of it, and that one almost fooled Wagner.
That was a pill driven by the center midfielder for O'Fallon. That was a tough save.
Wagner gets the ball out of there all the way back out to midfield. Popped up in the air off of the chest of Garofalo. And then the ball settled down over there by Peterson. He tries to race it up that sideline. He gets taken off the ball, and the ball ends up out of bounds. They're going to say it belongs to O'Fallon. Boy, oh boy. Play has picked up here, hasn't it?
Yep, sure has.
And looks like the Lady Cahoks took care of business at East St. Louis. According to my buddy Zach Roseman, they won the second set 25-15, and a shot. That one's going to go wide. So the ladies win the second set 25-15, and the Lady Cahoks start off 1-0 in their shortened volleyball season, and they'll do their home opener tomorrow against Alton Marquette. We'll have that game for you. And the JV game starts at 4:30, so we'll be on the air just about then, somewhere close to that anyway. And we'll have a surprise color commentator on for you as well, hopefully. We'll see. I've made plans. I've made arrangements.
Now I'm intrigued.
Yeah. Former Kahok volleyball player going to join me. Hooked up to that huddle camera for volleyball, too. But volleyball has never been one of those sports where I had to find a camera person because I just point the camera down on the floor and it stays stationary and I'm good to go. But I like the view of that huddle camera a lot better.
It's a great camera.
It is. Wagner sends it back out. And pops it back up. And now O'Fallon trying to head it back the other way. They are going to retreat again. And now up the sideline it comes. Turning with the ball is Crowder. Crowder leaves it for Yahir Figueroa, who then finds Lorsback. Lorsback back to Shiragi. Shiragi, you know, he'll put some muscle behind that ball, pops it toward the box, and it's headed out right in front of the box. Nice header there by Brent Black for O'Fallon.
Collinsville's moving the ball a lot better at the start of this second half.
We sure are. Now O'Fallon trying to work the ball back up again on defense. Here is Looning. Looning into the middle for Ybarra. Ybarra gets taken off of the play, or just bumped by Peterson enough to keep him off the play, but now Ybarra gets the ball back. Peterson once again tries to close in. Here's a little bit of trouble over on the side, but that one is real heavy off of the foot of, I don't know who it is over there, but he's one of the O'Fallon players.
Somebody lost their man on that right side.
Yeah, that was Jack Lloyd. He got a little bit underneath that ball and sent that one flying high into the night sky. Here is Carter Wagner with a goal kick restart here for Collinsville. High at midfield. Goes off of ping pong of the number 5s. That would be Tag Baker for us, Gavin Hughes for them. They both jumped in the air at the same time, and I think it hit the back of Tag Baker's head and then off of the forehead of Hughes. Here is a shot back by Lopez in the middle and pushed over onto the far side where it's going to be picked up by O'Fallon. They move it up to Ybarra. Boy, he's got some skill moves, doesn't he? Ybarra.
Yes,
he's got some spin. He's got some speed. And he's got some accuracy as well.
Plays with some grit.
Yes, he does. That ball is going to roll all the way to Carter Wagner, and Kahok will pick it up with no further damage done. Looning scored the goal here, so actually he and Ybarra both now have 2 goals. Collinsville got a goal from Jimmy Crowder, so Crowder and Tag Baker lead the Collinsville Kahawks with 2 goals. Figueroa moves the ball up the sideline, lost control of it. It goes to Crowder. Crowder tries to follow up on that sideline and now goes back to the defense. Here is Lopez. Lopez shoves it up into the middle for Fernandez, and Fernandez has a whistle stop everybody's action. Not sure what was called there, but it looks like it's going to be against O'Fallon.
It's going to be an opportunity here.
Figueroa ready to take the kick once again from about 35 yards away. Hugging that near side post is Eckel, and just pops up.
There
it's
it
in.
is!
Oh, it's in the back of the net. Not sure who got the header there, but I believe that they are congratulating Luis Fernandez, number 10. So why not?
It's hard to tell. I couldn't tell, but that was a beautifully flighted ball by Figueroa. I said it was going to be dangerous. He drops it right inside just outside the 6-yard box. Beautiful head ball goal.
Sure was. Comes with 26:46 left to play here in this second half. And Collinsville has themselves a 2-1 lead. O'Fallon works the ball up. Compton back out to the middle, right in
Just
between the legs of Mahat. And here comes Ybarra. Ybarra shoots, and it goes off a body, and that's going to go out of bounds. And O'Fallon will get to keep it. Throw in will come from from Kluming, the other number 20, Todd. And that's a good throw in and a good head. They get that one out of there for Collinsville, and it is actually going to be headed out by O'Fallon. So
I'm not convinced this is 2 goals are going to be enough,
nope,
Todd.
I don't think so either. Not the way this second half has opened up. Wagner ready to send it back out. Eventually. Have to wait for substitutions first. And number 2, Tyler Looning, is really taking his time getting off the field.
He's not hustling off the field, that's for sure.
No, I think the referee went up to say something to him as he was taking his time and made sure he got out of there.
Uh-oh.
All the way back up and...
Come on, Adam.
Oh, boy, that was close. All the way back downfield it comes. And what? He didn't do anything. Lopez gets whistled for interference, and he really didn't do anything.
Didn't look like it.
No, it looks like he was going for the ball, and the guy for O'Fallon was the one who kind of slipped and fell down on his own. So here is Ybarra. He'll chip it into the box.
off of Collinsville ahead and all the way back out front, and Collinsville will send it even farther all the way out front. Fernandez trying to chase it down over there, and then it's picked up by O'Fallon. And it'll be Eckel who sends the ball into the night sky and all the way back into the Collinsville defensive zone. It ricochets off a couple of heads and comes down at midfield. And taking over is Efren Lopez. Lopez scoots it up the sideline.
A little long.
And kicking that ball out of bounds was Kluming.
Jackson Perrell coming back into the game.
Got to have some throw-ins.
Mm-hmm.
Perrell. Heavy throw. That's going to go in the net.
Just about.
I'm telling you, that was heading for the net. Oh, there's a shot by Efren Lopez when the ball made its way out to him, but it goes a little wide. A little. 23 and a half minutes to go here in this second half. 2-1 in favor of Collinsville. Kahawks trying to string together a 3-game winning streak here. 1-2 in a row coming into this one after the opening season loss at Edwardsville, as tough as that was. Overtime, not good enough. Penalty kicks just wasn't enough. Collinsville scored 4 on the 5, and got to credit the Edwardsville goalkeeper for coming up with that one save.
Yeah, that was a brutal ending.
Mm-hmm. That was a long night.
Yeah.
I know that these games are scheduled for an hour and a half, just like all the other sports are, but it just seems to me like soccer games can seem to last a little longer. 22:45 left to play here in this second half. Another substitution timeout going on here. Is back into the game is Jack Lloyd. He takes the place of Seth McKenzie for O'Fallon. And O'Fallon chases the ball down. They'll just send it all the way back to Eckel and let Eckel come out and take care of it. He'll send it back into Collinsville's defensive zone, and a nice header there by Dane Compton keeps Collinsville on the offensive side of things for just a moment anyway. Nice flick by Yahir Figueroa, and boy, if he could have just led Mahat just a little bit less with that kick, that would have been a perfect opportunity.
Yep.
Here is Efren Lopez, who didn't give up on the ball as well. And now a loose ball picked up by Figueroa. Figueroa sends it over to Lopez. Lopez spins up the sideline and then back to O'Fallon for a brief moment. Here is Ybarra. He'll send it back to the defense, and the defense will just send it back to Eckel. And Eckel sends the ball up again. And again, off of the head of Dane Compton. That's a good thing, though, too, because I'm telling you what, Tyler Looning was streaking up the middle all by himself.
Yep.
Had a defender flanking him on the right side, but he already had a couple of steps head start. Now the ball into the feet of Garofalo. Back over this way now for Lopez. Lopez almost, and he does, and it gave it up there on a...
Compton's having himself a night back there. He's doing really, really well, especially with those balls in the air.
Another throw-in coming from Perrell. And off of a head and onto the foot of Ybarra. Ybarra over on the far side for Becker. Becker for O'Fallon. Sends it up that sideline. Knocked out of bounds. Trey Peterson kicked that ball, and there was somebody with his back turned to the field, and he took it right in the back. Telling you, got to watch what's going on, man.
Pay attention.
Pay attention or you're going to get a ball upside the head. And sometimes out in this cold weather, that doesn't feel so well. Throw in comes. We're almost to the halfway point of this second half. Collinsville has scored 2 goals here in the second half. Up the sideline it goes. O'Fallon now looking for the equalizer themselves. Oh, wide turn over there on that left wing, and did the ball go across the line? It did. It'll be a goal kick restart here for Carter Wagner.
It's beautiful piece of defending by Alex Lorsbach as that ball was about to get to that goal line.
Sure was.
Great shielding.
Popped up to midfield. Lands down, and Shragi, and then a whistle against Collinsville.
This is dangerous here.
Mm-hmm. Nineteen and a half minutes to go. Second half, 2-1 in favor of Collinsville. Jayhawks are off until Thursday when they play at Belleville East. And then they are back here Saturday against Jabot. And we'll have both the JV and the varsity game against Jabot for you. That one stays low all the way out in front of the box. Collinsville kicks it out. And Tag Baker pops the ball straight up into the air. And then off of the head of Ybarra. Baker trying to chase it down. He can't get there before Brent Black does. But Collinsville retains possession on offense.
That's going to be
They're going to be against us.
Against us, yeah.
Yeah, going to be against Trey Peterson as he slides right into Jacob, and Jacob limping a little bit.
Peterson will probably feel that raspberry from the turf tomorrow
I'm
morning,
sure.
too.
You'll probably feel that in the shower.
Yeah.
So a free kick here from about 50 yards away for O'Fallon. And Vishal Jacob has to go out of the game.
Referee having a conversation with Coach Turkington about something over there.
There he is. Clock stopped in the meantime. And there's the shot by Ybarra, and it hits, I think, Compton or Crowder right in the back. One of the two. I think it was Compton. Hit him right in the back. And then Wagner able to make the save after that. That could have been a little scary. Hate to think where that ball was going to go if Compton's back wouldn't have gotten in the way.
Yep.
And now here is Ybarra again. He sends it over here to the sideline for Robertson. Robertson trying to feed it up the line, and I think that hit Efren Lopez in the spot you don't want to be hit. I don't want to be hit anywhere, but especially that spot. Here's Peril. Peril kind of ran into Robertson and put on the brakes right before he got there. Tag Baker with a nice little back heel kick, and oh, man. That was a little bit of a delayed reaction there by Kluming, and he kind of stepped on that laying down kick, and I'm telling you, that was a weird sequence of plays.
It was.
Into the box it goes, and off of a head and out of bounds, and it'll be another goal kick restart here for Carter Wagner. $17 minutes. And a little bit of change left to go here in the second half. Wagner sends the ball back out to midfield. Stays in the offensive zone for O'Fallon for just a moment. I thought I heard a couple of legs smack together there.
Yep.
Jackson Peril ends up kicking that ball out of bounds, and a throw-in coming up here for O'Fallon. And Toby Ybarra throws it up the line, tries to get it right back, but Collinsville comes away with it before that can happen. All the way over onto the far side, Schilling sends it up the line and right into the the O'Fallon bench. And another throw-in coming from you-know-who. Jackson Peril throws it up the sideline. Off of a head and down into the Collinsville offensive zone, sent back out to midfield by O'Fallon. It comes up, though, for Efren Lopez. Lopez sends it up onto the foot of Mahat. Mahat all the way over onto the far side. Now he finds Hensler. Hensler back into the midfield circle for Lorsback, and Lorsback sends it up, and then almost getting taken out on the play again was Trey Peterson. Boy, they are bumping into Peterson all night long, aren't they?
Peterson is a magnet. He draws that type of play. He's so scrappy and so physical. He's a good player.
Apparently he doesn't mind.
No, he don't. No.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of his brother in him.
Ybarra. Over to Robertson. Play taking place on the far side sideline. Robertson off of the back of his teammate, Looning. And out of bounds. Collinsville will have a throw-in coming up here. Or they're going to give this one back to O'Fallon, actually. I thought it went off the back of the O'Fallon player. I could be mistaken. That ball is put out of bounds by Collinsville. I'll take that one. 15 minutes left to play here in the second half. Collinsville clinging to a 2-1 lead. O'Fallon scored the only goal in the first half. Collinsville has scored both goals here in the second half, just like they did last night against Waterloo. That ball comes down and pushed forward off of the head of Compton. And now Ybarra with it on the sideline. Tries to cut it across the middle. Loose ball picked up by Collinsville. Baker sends it back over onto the foot of Mahat. Mahat sends it up into the middle. Now Tag Baker trying to track it down before it goes out of bounds, but he couldn't get there. He was about 5 inches too late. Jackson Perrell just
playing it safe.
Yeah, playing it safe, kicking the ball out of bounds. Throw-in comes in quickly, and Jackson Perrell off of his head, and then off of the body of Mahat. And then Collinsville sends the ball back down into the defensive zone once again, or the offensive zone, excuse me. The O'Fallon zone, we'll call it. And at midfield, throw-in coming from Nolan Kluming. Toward midfield, and once again, Jackson Perrell there with his head. When he's not using his arms to throw it in, he uses his head to block him. And this one's kicked out of bounds by O'Fallon, and that sends the cheerleading group scattering. Don't want to get hit by a soccer ball.
Nope.
They're all dressed up nice and warm, though, the Kahok cheerleaders are. They look warm from up here anyway.
Yeah, they do.
Luis Fernandez checks back into the game for Collinsville. We're pretty sure he was the one who scored the second goal. Now Jackson Perrell sends it right back to where it came from, and Collinsville trying to track it down over there, and O'Fallon just sends the ball out of bounds. So another throw-in coming here for Perrell. That'll be right in the middle of what is now constituted as the Kahawks bench. Chairs, folding chairs, spread out 6 feet apart at least.
Those are Bobby Knight chairs.
Yes, they are. Seen him throw a couple of those on live television back in the day. I'm sure the guy who took care of the floor at the gymnasium appreciated that.
Right.
Here comes Efren Lopez. Sends one back into the middle, and the defense for O'Fallon is there. And Lopez has that ball get by him, and then he will go back to his defensive post farther down the field while O'Fallon tries to work the ball up. Nice defensive play there by Compton. They get the ball over to Perrell. Perrell mishits it, though, and it comes down for Ybarra for O'Fallon. 12:20 left to play here in the second half. 2-1 in favor of Collinsville. Kahawks trying to win their third in a row. O'Fallon trying to rebound from a penalty kick loss last night against Belleville East.
Peterson kept that in on that sideline. I thought that was going out of bounds.
And that game was at O'Fallon, too. Yeah, Belleville West is who O'Fallon beat in their first game, 3-0. Collinsville beat Belleville West 3-0 also in their second game of the year after that loss to Edwardsville. So Belleville West having a rough go at it.
Yeah, they are.
Get outscored 6-0 in your first couple of games.
It's not a morale builder.
No. Collinsville. Kick. Front of the box. Comes down, and Luis Fernandez is there, but a whistle will stop the action, and they're going to, I guess, call Luis Fernandez for a over-the-back call. Trying to jump up and get that ball, landed on the player's back, and Luis is arguing his case as much as he can. As Ben Eckel sends the ball deep, and then once again, Jackson Perrell is there to use that head, and now a whistle on the play, and another call against Collinsville.
That one's on Tag Baker, I
Yeah.
believe.
Yep, not really sure what Tag did, but
Quickly, boys, let's turn.
yep, here comes Ybarra. Ybarra up that far sideline, finds a teammate, and then on the right wing, a centering pass in the middle, and it's overshot. I tell you what, Andre Robertson's eyes must have been as big as saucers because that was a perfect pass right to him, and he just got under the ball.
Yep. Just over the top.
You're not going to get a better placed pass than that in the middle of the field.
Comes down at midfield. And Fernandez now. Are you kidding me? They're going to call him again?
Yep.
All he did was play the ball.
I agree.
That is all Fernandez did was play that ball. Wow. Kind of makes you feel like you got somebody that's not on your side. And I know the referee's not supposed to be on his side, but you don't have to do the opposite and be totally against the kid either. 9:45 to play. Things are getting kind of tight and things are getting kind of late.
Collinsville's going to have to buckle down defensively, put up a stone wall here. Purple curtain.
There is Kluming with the throw-in for, Fallon Panthers right at the goal and off of a head. And, again, I believe that's Peril out front. And I mean, Compton out there as well. Ball on the ground, and it's going to be knocked out of there. Tag Baker got there to disrupt that play just in the nick of time. And then one of his Collinsville teammates got a hold of the ball. And now Ybarra with the throw-in from the far sideline. Comes into the box, down on the ground, and a goal.
Saw that building.
Yep. So Fallon ties it up on a goal by Tyler Looning. That's his second. He's got both goals here tonight.
That was a monster throw in on that one, too. Came flying in from that left sideline over there. Dangerous throw.
Yeah.
Bounced around too much.
Tell you what, one thing I do not want to do tonight is go to overtime.
I don't think my legs or back can handle it.
I'm telling you what. Not only that, but I'm cold and hungry. These early starts, man. I ate dinner about 3:30 before I left the house. And there's not enough time in between games to do anything except go to the bathroom. That's about it. Here comes Ybarra. Fallon's dangerous again from the right side. Puts on the brake, sends it out front. And then he and his teammate run into each other, and that's unfortunate there because the backup was about ready to strike that ball toward the net when Ybarra came in, and they met at the same time.
Yep.
That was Schildknecht and Ybarra met at the exact same time, and that was a scoring opportunity that O'Fallon wishes they can get back. And then a player taken down right at midfield. That player is Adam Reiniger, and a whistle against O'Fallon will give Collinsville a kick from midfield.
It's a brutal foul. Reiniger took a huge hit.
And a save by Eckel. As we have 7:45 left to play here in this second half. Chip back to the Collinsville defense. Compton sends it up and onto the foot of Ybarra. Ybarra races right around. Alex lowers back, and now Ybarra backtracks, and he'll send it up this near sideline for Kluming. Kluming almost lost control of the ball, and now sends it back up toward the middle of the field, and it's back over here to Ybarra. Ybarra sends one into the box, but that bends out the other way. And into the box, it's pushed out. On a play by Trey Peterson.
Trey read that well. That little heel flick could have led it to a breakaway, but Trey read it well.
So Collinsville has allowed 2 goals for the first time since the opening game against Edwardsville. And the ball in the box, and a whistle against O'Fallon will give Collinsville the ball back. 6:40 left to play here in the second half. Things are getting kind of late. And that ball is sent high and deep, and then off of the head of Reiniger, and then back out to midfield, and it is Figueroa. Figueroa gets around one defender, couldn't get around the other, and the ball sent back into the defensive teeth, and Collinsville sends it back up, O'Fallon sends it back up, and then Collinsville gets it right back. Here is Luis Fernandez over on the sideline trying to feed Trey Peterson, but led him a little too far. That ball goes out of bounds. Quickly, O'Fallon gets it back in, and Andre Robertson on the far sideline.
Good step
there
by
you go.
Compton.
Compton sends it all the way back down in the offensive zone for Collinsville, and then the defense sends it all the way back to Ben Eckel. Eckel sends it up the sideline here for Kluming. Kluming
Sends it into the Collinsville zone off of the back foot of Shiragi. And then it's taken over there, and Collinsville has to go back and play some defense. And just out in time was Carter Wagner.
Carter read that well, came out off his line, scooped it up just in time.
Down to 5.5 minutes to go here. Up the far sideline for Collinsville, but no one wearing purple and white can get there before Eckel can come up and scoop it for a stoppage and back out to midfield and beyond. That one picked up by, anyway, that was a nice pass, but good job there by Compton. He's played a stellar defensive game tonight for Collinsville.
He sure has.
In the right place at the right time there. Now over on the far side, O'Fallon's still dangerous with it. They pop it into the box, and Wagner with one hand comes out and takes care of it. And now he better get back into the box because he's way out of position as that ball ricochets off a couple of shins. And boy, oh boy, that could have been dangerous.
Yeah, the Collinsville defender there was trying to hold off that O'Fallon forward.
There we go. Collinsville's got something going on all the way over there on that right wing. That, I believe, is Garofalo, and it ends up going out of bounds. Collinsville will keep it, and we'll have substitutions as the clock continues to run. 4:20 and counting here. 2-2 game. Do we dare have another overtime? I would appreciate it if we didn't. So if Collinsville could just score here, yeah, that'd be great.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. That'd be great, okay? Jackson Peril with another throw-in. We're going to let him move up just a little bit, so he's almost parallel with the front of that 18-yard box.
Mm-hmm.
So already in good defensive positioning, Collinsville. Sneaks some midfielders up front there.
They're packing.
Peril throws it in. It's high off of a body, and it comes out the other side. O'Fallon trying to chase it down. They will, and they flick it out of bounds, and Jackson Peril will have to come from one sideline to the other. And
referee stopping the clock for some reason.
What? You know what? I don't need the clock stopped.
He's having a conversation with Coach Lugie about something. Yellow card, Coach Lugie.
Really? Yellow card to the bench. I'm guessing there was some language that wasn't appreciated. That would be just a guess on my part.
Just some dissent one way or the other.
Yeah.
Referee wasn't having it.
So, if you get a yellow card against you, you don't get to keep possession of the ball, do you?
I don't know if it's for the bench. I'm not sure.
I guess.
Looks like we do.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy about that. Throw-in comes from this side now, all the way out front, and then down back out to this side again. And then it's going to be sent out of bounds one more time by O'Fallon. And another throw-in coming here from Jackson Peril.
3 minutes.
And that one.
Nobody there.
Yeah, not a single person wearing the purple once it cleared the head of the one person who was out front. Collinsville again gets another throw-in. Jackson Peril throws it up the sideline. Chasing it down, Tag Baker, or at least trying to. And then O'Fallon sends it back out. Jackson Peril sends it back to where it came from. And then he comes in again, knocks down a player, and no call there. That was just a nice play. Here is Tag Baker in between the legs of one of the defenders, and off in a shot, and a little bit too high. And with 2.5 to go, we remain tied at 2.
Adam Reiniger breaks into that top of the 18, just gets over the top of it a little too much, or underneath it a little too much, sails it over the top.
There is Ben Eckel again with another goal kick restart with 2:15 left to go. If we're going to stay away from overtime, somebody's going to have to score soon, and I would appreciate it if it was down here with the guys wearing the purple and white.
Absolutely.
Over on the far side, that ball gets up back down into the the offensive zone, and then out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in by O'Fallon. And then off a couple of body parts, and Collinsville retains possession of it over there on the far side until it's kicked out of bounds. And the Kahawks, again, will have a free kick from midfield. Down to the final 95 seconds left to play here in the second half. Make up your mind. Let the kid kick or not. Blow the whistle. Blow it again. Blow it again. There is the ball in midair, and it goes off to the far side corner of the 18-yard box and onto the foot of Trey Peterson. Peterson trying to get around a defender, and that ball is knocked out of bounds, and Collinsville will have another throw-in opportunity. As we have 1 minute to go here in the second half, Jackson Perrell will pick the ball up. And let's see if we can get something going here. Throws high, in front, popped straight up. Comes down, and it's still down, and then a shot that's going to go high and wide. And a goal kick restart coming from Ben Eckel, and that comes with about 35 seconds left. So, hate to say it, but it looks like we're going to overtime.
As if their legs weren't heavy enough from 3 games in the last 4 or 5 days.
I know. Comes all the way down. Wagner has to come out. He pops it straight up, and he's well out of his position, so somebody wearing purple better get that ball. Down to the final 15 seconds here in this second half. Collinsville tries to work it up. Boy, I tell you what, if that tall kid out there with the header didn't get the hold of that one, we would have been off to the races. We're going to overtime, kids.
Yikes.
We will take a bit of a break here, and we'll come back and tell you all about the overtime period on the Kahok Sports Network, and that'll be coming up here in just a moment.
Ogle Auctions in Collinsville, the newest in online auctioning. Go to ogleauctionshighbid.com. That's HIBid.com to check out what's up for bid in the next auction. Ogle Auctions deals with everyday items like board games, t-shirts, and more, to collectibles, whether that is a vehicle, vinyl records, or vintage toys. Or how about a trolley car? And Ogle Auctions is always on the lookout for more items. Check out their next online auction at ogleauctionshighbid.com. That's ogleauctionshibid.com. Or call Kim Ogle today at 618-980-4530.
Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975. First National Bank of Waterloo, celebrating over 100 years of banking. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo, now with locations in Collinsville and Maryville, for your mortgage and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, call Bill Metzger at First National Bank of Waterloo at 345-1121, or visit them with their new locations in Collinsville and Maryville, or online at fnbwaterloo.com. First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background-checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com, or call Pack Mail at 346-4884.
Your home is where you feel happy, safe, and secure. So if you see signs of foundation problems like cracks or uneven floors, worrying is natural. and getting it fixed is crucial. Woods Basement Systems understands. We've been solving foundation worries since 1986. Woods experts have the training and equipment to make permanent repairs. So stop worrying, because with Woods, it's fixed forever. Foundation problems don't get better with time, they get better with Woods, the all things basement-y experts. Call or go to woodsbasementsystems.com today.
Welcome back to Kahok Stadium. We are just about set for the first 10-minute overtime period. We will have 2 of those. Does not matter who scores. We will play the full 10-minute periods, both of them, so another 20 minutes of soccer coming at you at least. If no score has been settled, then we will go to penalty kicks once again. And the O'Fallon Panthers were just in penalty kicks last night. Of course, Collinsville lost to Edwardsville on the first game of the year at Edwardsville in penalty kicks. So I'm sure these two teams would like to stay away from the penalty kick phase.
Yeah.
They both lost already on penalty kicks, so we'll see what happens here in the overtime period. Overtime period number 1 underway.
Somebody's luck will change with the penalty kicks this time.
Yes, if we get that far. And a kick by Collinsville. That's off of a arm.
Deflected, yep.
Yeah. And here is Ybarra trying to come away with it, but Collinsville picks it off. Here is Jackson Perrell over on the far side now for Peterson. Peterson up that far side sideline, makes a move, gets around a player, sends it up into the passing lane, and that is Lorsback. Lorsback, who had a goal last night, sends it up to Ybarra. There's Figueroa. Figueroa in the middle, couldn't get it. Comes out the other side. Tag Baker stays with it. Over on the left wing, sends it back into the box and deep into the box. And then O'Fallon comes away with it. Boy, oh boy, Collinsville had a chance there. That one goes off of the chest of Compton. Compton sends it up, but he sends it up right onto the foot of Ybarra and then does it again. And this time Compton moves the ball up, and it is Mahat. That was Mahat down there. I thought it was Tag Baker. They both have on the pink shoes, I think. Here comes Efren Lopez. He gets it out with it. It is Tag Baker.
It is.
They both have the pink shoes on. Throw in coming in here for O'Fallon. And off of a head, and then once again Compton sends it back up to midfield. That's off of Jackson Perrell. Barely grazed his elbow, didn't go very far. And then a header by Schilling for O'Fallon sends it back up. Compton once again gets a hold of the ball, sends it right out to midfield. That ball is kept forward by Trey Peterson. And then Collinsville, another opportunity. Here's Figueroa coming in on that right wing, into the middle, gets a pass, and a shot that goes right to Eckel. I don't think that Trey Peterson got a lot on that shot.
He did not. I think he was clipped on his way into that box.
Jackson Perrell read that one perfectly. He came in for an interception like a cornerback did for a football team, sends it back up into the box, and then it's sent out by O'Fallon, and Collinsville will get another throw in. And this one will be handled by Jackson Perrell again. So Collinsville with some golden opportunities here in this first overtime quarter, and they just have done everything but connect.
Yep.
Ball on the ground. Here's Tag Baker. Oh, and Baker couldn't get there before the defender did. And then off of the head of Trey Pearson. Back over onto the far side. Looning tries to slow it down for his team. And O'Fallon sends the ball up into the defensive zone of Collinsville, but Collinsville sends it right back into their offensive zone on another header by Jackson Perrell. Then the ball comes over this way and off of the backside of Efren Lopez. And O'Fallon making a substitution here in the first overtime.
Somebody needs to get to the ball.
Collinsville trying to close in on it. Ybarra off of him. Lorsback just kicked it right into Ybarra. And now Collinsville brings it up once again, and it's going to get to Ben Eckel before anyone wearing the purple and the white could get there. And
nice effort by Schragi, streaking down the middle of the field. He had a lot of room, a lot of real estate. Nice move.
Yeah, that was a nice move. Ybarra has been known to do that a couple of times, and here's O'Fallon. They're dangerous now, and a shot that's going to go well wide. And it's going to be a goal kick restart here for Collinsville as we have 5:45 left to play in this first overtime period. We'll have another 10-minute period following this one. Does not matter if someone scores in this first OT or not. And Carter Wagner sends it out into the night sky. Comes down. Kahawks send it back out to midfield. And a nice move, and almost another nice move, but Ybarra, who's been the master of nice moves tonight, gets around Mahat, and as Mahat had a couple of nice moves. Now comes around over onto the wing. They send it into the middle, and that, I don't know how, but it got by everybody wearing the white uniforms, and Collinsville was the only one that could come up with the ball, and they're counting their lucky stars. That didn't end up in the back of the net. Halfway through this first overtime period, over on the far side, that is Ybarra over there, and the ball ends up out of bounds. And it'll be Ybarra with the throw-in from over that far side sideline. Get their pieces in their places, and now the ball comes in. Down it goes, out front, and a nice job there by Mahat once again to get that ball out of there, and then Ybarra slams into his guy and takes him down. Collinsville trying to come away with the ball, but O'Fallon right now stuck down here in the Collinsville zone, and that's another nice play by Compton to keep that ball out of the box. And then it comes down on the far sideline, and it's out of bounds. And it's going to stay in the possession of O'Fallon as the Panthers make another substitution.
You've said that name a lot tonight, Compton. He's had a strong game.
Sure has.
Him and Schrage both are just holding down that fort, staying strong throughout the whole game.
Coming up on 3.5 minutes to play here in this first overtime period. That ball goes out of bounds. And it'll be a goal kick restart coming up here for Carter Wagner. Wagner sends it out low. Line drive right to Jackson Perrell, to Schrage. Schrage gets around one, gets around two, and pops it up into the zone. Figueroa trying to chase it down over there, and a nice sliding stop on the play by Ian Schilling for O'Fallon, but Collinsville will get to keep it. Tell you what, for a big kid, that Schilling, he can run.
That was a great recovery run by number 14. Got beat, or at least caught up in the play, and he was able to catch Figueroa from behind, slide tackle, clear the ball out of bounds.
How about the defensive play there from Schrage to get that ball up there?
Beautiful.
Throw-in comes into the box, and down onto the ground it goes. Ricochets off a couple of bodies and comes out for O'Fallon to send it up to that far side sideline where Schrage takes over, sends it over to Peterson. Trey Peterson cuts to his left and fouls. And maybe that's why they've been slamming into his body all night, huh?
Yeah.
Peterson's been taking a beating out there.
He can take it.
2:15 left to play here in this first overtime period. 2-2. O'Fallon gets a goal in the first and the second. Collinsville, both of their goals came in the second half, and that's why we are tied at 2. Back to the defense it goes. Sent up into the front of the box, but right to Jackson Perrell off of a head of one of his defender teammates, and then Perrell sends the ball back up to midfield. Tag Baker knocks the player off of the ball, and now Figueroa. He's in a race, but he couldn't get there in time before Eckel came out, and that ball dropped all the way back down into the other end of the field where it will go out of bounds, and Collinsville will have a throw-in with 95 seconds to play in this first overtime period.
Does the fact O'Fallon just had PKs last night play to their advantage?
I don't know. I'm sure that they would be thinking that there's no way that Collinsville's goalkeeper is going to save 3 shots on the PKs, are they?
Man.
We're probably still reeling from that.
That's incredible.
Compton
will send the ball back into play as we have 1 minute left to play here in this first overtime. To Jackson Perrell. Perrell sends it up into the offensive zone. Collinsville trying to chase it down. A turn, a shot, and right into the hands of Ben Eckel. I don't know. I would have thought that maybe another pass was in order instead of a shot, but I've always been told if you've got an opening, take it.
Yeah. Adam Reininger's got a good shot when he has space. Not sure he got it all. Of course, the placement was off.
Jackson Perrell throws it in, and Yahir Figueroa couldn't quite get there in time. Now it's popped up into the front of the box area, and O'Fallon sends it right back down. We're down to the final 15 seconds left to play here in this first overtime. Shiragi heads that one back into the O'Fallon zone, and
that should do it.
Yeah. Eckel comes out, takes care of it, kicks it back to midfield. That is the end of one of the 2 10-minute overtime periods. And we will take a break and come back with the second 10-minute overtime period in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our Kahawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a Kahawk, always a Kahawk. Hashtag Kahawk Family.
Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884.
Back here at Kahok Stadium, Todd Duke and Brett Bourne with you. And I forgot to reset my clock. Now I've got to take all the minutes off of it. Oh, come on. Minus a minute. Thank you. Now I'm ready. Yeah. That would be nice. Oh, yeah, guess we had to wait on the ball to show up. All right. Well, Fallon's going to get the ball first. Second 10-minute period underway. If no one scores in this period, we go to penalty kicks. Ball comes up the sideline. Just got to report that Edwardsville beat Belleville East 7-1. So Belleville East, after they won last night in the penalty kick phase over O'Fallon, their goalkeeper stopped 3 shots in the penalty kick phase, but then comes back and allows 7 shots or 7 goals in a regulation game. Now, I'm not sure that the same goalkeeper was in, but I just find it. I just chuckled. It's the little things. All right, Ybarra going to throw it in as we switch ends of the field. Carter Wagner now patrols the goal to your left, and that is where Ybarra throws it, and that one's going to go wide, and would have been better off almost if Shiragi just would have let that go, but he didn't know that there wasn't anyone behind him to stop that ball from going anywhere. Collinsville will get the ball, and they'll throw it in from here.
Ybarra's got to throw himself, doesn't he?
Yeah,
He's got some
sure
spin
does.
and curves.
Collinsville and Peril throws the ball up. Tag Baker
Baker's
gets
in.
around in front of a defender, tries to get it in the middle before it just won't stop bouncing. And then Baker ends up getting it right back almost. The ball wouldn't stop bouncing on Tag Baker enough for him to do anything with it.
Yeah, he couldn't get it under control to get a pure shot.
Well, ground is still cold, so I'm sure it bounces pretty well off of that turf out there. Underneath has been frozen for a long time. I know that we've had some warmer weather, but it's been cold for a few days now. Not freezing cold, but like refrigerator cold. I know nobody wants to open the door to their fridge and stand in their fridge for 5 hours.
Nice run, Peterson.
Come on, Peterson. Peterson coming up here on this near side sideline, trying to work around his defender. Does so, gets the ball around anyway, and then a takedown.
I think it's going.
And it's going to go against Peterson again. Man, oh man, they're picking on that kid all night, haven't they? I didn't see any malicious intent there. It looked like Peterson was just trying to cut around the defender, kick the ball over there. He was just chasing the ball down. Here is Eckel. Eckel sends the ball high and deep off of the head of Shiragi in the wrong direction. Peterson has to track it down. He's got a guy all over his back. And now that guy is going to be called for what? Is that what? Or
Probably that being all over his back would be my guess.
Yeah. I don't know. It looked like the referee was looking in the opposite direction. I thought he was calling something away from the play. Ball comes out to midfield. Collinsville trying to track it down. Tag Baker over there. He gets his shirt lifted up from the back, so you know there was a tug from behind there. And then the ball ends up out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in right in front of the O'Fallon bench. Three minutes already gone here in this second overtime. Lore's back, pops that one straight up in the air and almost back to where it came from. Now it ping-pongs off a couple of bodies. And then Lore's back, gets it back, and sends it up into the middle and then back to the midfielders. And then back to the defense. And Lore's back over there is hanging tough. Collinsville gets the ball back. They send it up, and O'Fallon sends it right back. Compton fighting and battling over there. Then it comes back into the defense, and it is going to be pushed out of bounds by Trey Peterson.
Not out of bounds, Todd.
No, not out of bounds. Well, it was heading that way.
It was.
I guess I gave up on it, but the other players didn't. The players didn't. They know a little bit better about that than I do. Collinsville comes up with the loose ball. Popped into the midfield circle here at the football stadium. And over here to this near side sideline where it is taken by the defense. And Schilling sends it up over onto the far side sideline for O'Fallon. O'Fallon trying to break into the offensive zone. Collinsville's defense holding pretty good, though. They're not letting them get too deep. Get about halfway down there, and they send it back. I've already played all my commercials, so I think I might play my post-game sponsor and come back right after that and go ahead and end this because, man, I'm starving.
I need something, too.
5:15 left to play here in this second overtime.
Going to have to watch the clock.
Yep.
I believe Coach Lugie's going to want all his kickers. They have to be on the field before PK or before time expires. So depending on who his kickers are, I don't know if they'll be the same as what was in Edwardsville or if he'll change it up this time.
Yeah, I guess we'll all hopefully maybe find out together. I don't know. I'd like to get one going in the opposite direction here, down the right side, put one in the net, and not even have to worry about penalty kicks. I do enjoy penalty kicks. I think it's exciting, but I don't want to do it every night, especially if we got to go 20-minute overtimes just to get there. Yeah, that ball wasn't really touched by anyone. So Jackson Perro will take his turn now with a throw-in. Peril, his hands are so big he can palm a soccer ball. I can barely get my hand around a regulation softball. Another throw-in coming from Jackson Peril. Off of Lore's back.
And that ricocheted off of Alex all the way out to midfield, and O'Fallon's defense will just play it back to their goalkeeper, Ben Eckel. Eckel sends it over to the far sideline, and that ball, I thought, crossed the yellow line. Guess not. Stays alive. In the middle of the field. Popped over the head and out of bounds. O'Fallon gets to keep it. No. They throw it in, but they're going to whistle that one and say you have to back up a little bit more. Try it again. Try it again, young man. Substitutions, that's what happened. So throw-in still coming in front of the Collinsville bench. Into the zone, off of Lohr's back. Down onto the ground, and unable to control that ball was Mahat. Collinsville gets it up the far side, and Figueroa trying to chase it down, and he will get there in time. And then it's going to be sent across the line by O'Fallon. Collinsville's going to get a corner kick here.
All right, this is it, boys. This
is it. Time to capitalize. Corner kick will come from the far side corner.
Get somebody in there that can get ahead on the ball.
And here we go. Stays low. Down it goes, and then out it goes. Only one defender back for Collinsville, so really taking a chance there.
Offside.
Not getting that ball upfield, and a offside call will give the ball back to O'Fallon. 2 minutes left to go here in this second overtime. 2-2 game. O'Fallon has a goal in each of the first and the second half. Both of Collinsville's goals came in the second half. One by Luis Fernandez, the other by Jimmy Crowder. Crowder scores his second. Fernandez scores his first. And Fernandez has a couple of assists, so Fernandez racking up some points. 2 assists and now a goal. 1:35 left to play here in this second overtime. Ball popped up into the zone, occupied by the Collinsville defense. The O'Fallon offense, that's their job to try to get around. And a nice job saving that ball. And another nice job getting around the defender, Adam Reiniger. Reiniger had another defender to get around and couldn't get around the final one, but boy, you got to give the kid an A for effort there.
Great effort by Adam Reiniger, keeping it in bounds and then the move to try and get around him down the sideline.
And Jackson Perrell sends that one all the way over onto the far sideline. O'Fallon lets it roll across the line. 1 minute to go here in overtime period number 2. And it looks like we may be heading to PKs once again. O'Fallon works the ball up. Collinsville chips it back. And then back to the defense it goes. O'Fallon chips it into the offensive zone, and Collinsville sends it right back out. There we go.
Offside.
That's going to be offside.
Yep, he was by about 2 or 3 steps.
Here is Eckel. He's going to throw the ball down, run all the way back out, and then just send a little trickler over on the far side. Looked like he was going to run that ball all the way down and try to score a goal. Now we get into dangerous here, and Carter Wagner gets the bouncing ball just before 3. O'Fallon players were going to close in on the one last Collinsville defender. And now that ball is popped straight up into the air, and that is pretty much going to do it. Throw in will come in, and it'll be a little bit too late. We're down to the final seconds, and that is going to do it. We're going to penalty kicks once again, kids. How exciting is that? Not before we take a little bit of a break as the two teams talk about which players they want to use to send out there. So we'll step aside for just a moment, and we are back in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a Kahok sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' Kahok sandwich. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you. Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA Storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA Storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking, conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage team, 618-797-6100.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background-checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
Looking to buy a new home or sell your current home? Trust the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now, and you can trust the years of experience the Blaylock Group brings to the table. The Blaylock Group can help you find your dream home, or they can help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty, 618-780-4622. That's 618-780-4622. The Blaylock Group of eXp Realty.
Back here at Kahok Stadium, you are looking at the goal that the players will be trying to kick the ball into. 2-2 game, and it's been a fun game, that's for sure. But no winner has been decided as of yet, so we go to PKs. You didn't have penalty kicks when you were playing, did you?
Yeah, of course
Did
we
you?
did. Yeah.
I don't know. I guess if you, I thought they had ties.
Well, we didn't settle conference games and things like that with penalty kicks.
Right.
But, state tournaments or regionals or sectionals, of course, would have to be decided by PKs.
All right. So Ben Eckel is in goal, and the first kicker for Collinsville will be Yahir Figueroa. You know that O'Fallon's having a little deja vu here. They just did this last night. Figueroa. He's had a good game himself.
Mm-hmm.
He's ready to go. Eckel says he's ready to go. Referees, they say they're ready to go. Here we go. First one's in.
Well struck. Well struck. Keeper guessed to the wrong side. Went to his right. Figueroa struck it to his left.
So now it's up to Carter Wagner. And the first man up, wouldn't you know it, it's going to be Toby Ybarra. Came into this game the leading scorer for his team. Tyler Looning has since taken that over. Tyler has scored both goals here tonight for O'Fallon. So Tyler now has 3 goals on the year, while Ybarra came in with 2.
Got to get a save from our keeper. Got to get at least a save.
Yeah, got to get one.
Yep.
All it is a guessing game, pretty much. Guess left or guess right. Doesn't matter how far back you go, and you can get a running start. Here comes Ybarra. Oh, man. Well.
That was a pill. That was a bullet.
Sure was. Stayed low, too.
Mm-hmm.
Braden Shiragi will come up from the defensive side of things and see if he can put one in the net. Boy, he gets that big leg behind it. That's powerful. Got some power, he does. Shiragi ready to go. Each team has scored 1. Shiragi, he's good too. Eckel guessed the right way, but Shiragi just put it past his fingertips anyway.
Well struck.
Now Carter Wagner back in the goal. And it is going to be Tyler Looning, who has the 2 goals here tonight for O'Fallon.
And he's on the way and through. 2-2.
Looks like Dane Compton stepping up, lefty.
I'm a lefty myself. Compton's had a real good game.
Sure has.
Pressure for a freshman. They don't get to normally do.
Your last 3 kickers are freshmen.
Yeah, they don't normally get to do penalty kicks in freshman ball or JV ball, so something a little different. Oh, and a stop by Eckel right in the middle.
It's a good save.
Sure was.
Pick your head up, kid.
There is Andre Robertson. Robertson, midfielder, who's a junior. And now Carter Wagner needs to make a save.
Ooh.
That one stayed high. There was no way that you could have saved that anyway.
Landon Mahat.
Each team has brought out 3 players. All of O'Fallon's have scored. Eckel stopped one of the 3 Collinsville shots. Here is Collinsville's 4th kicker. Mahat ready. And that one's pretty much in the same place that Robertson just shot his.
Need one here.
Sure do. This one or the next one of the 2. You got to stop one of them. They're going to let the goalkeeper come out and score. Here they are.
Oh, yeah.
Ben Eckel. The goalkeeper is going to come to try to take one of these penalty kicks.
I always took this as a
slap in the face.
Slap in the face.
Up. So, first of all, this next one has to go in for Collinsville or it's game over. If that happens, then we have to ask for a save from Carter Wagner. Here is Adam Reiniger. Reiniger gets it in, so it is now up to Carter Wagner to make a save on the final, what could be the final kicker for O'Fallon. Sam Becker, senior defensive for O'Fallon.
How about a shank?
Yeah, you can always hope for one of those, too. It happens. Here we go. Nope. O'Fallon wins it. Final score is going to be 3-2 in favor of O'Fallon on penalty kicks, and they get to vanquish the Demon from last night's penalty kick fiasco against Belleville East. And Collinsville, once again, has to walk off of a field after losing in the penalty kick phase for the second time in 4 games, and that's got to be a little disheartening there, Mr. Bourne.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Penalty kicks are always a tough way to go down. Collinsville on the losing side of both PK rounds thus far this year. Let's hope we just don't have to go to penalty kicks next time.
I know. I hear you there. All right, sir, thank you very much again. I guess we will see you out here Saturday?
Yep, you should.
All right, Brett Borum, everyone. My name is Todd Duke. I'm going to apologize to Culp Jennings Florist right now. I'll read their commercial, but I'm going to get out of here. Normally, our post-game coverage would be brought to you by Culp Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Culp Jennings Florist, they have a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend-setting. Culp Jennings Florist is, of course, your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Culp Jennings Florist is there for any of life's major moments. Culp Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Give them a call, 344-0404, or online at culpjennings.com. For Brett Bourne, I'm Todd Duke, and final again, O'Fallon wins on penalty kicks. Final score 3-2. We're back with you tomorrow. We're going to be in the nice, cozy, warm, dry gymnasium as we bring you Lady Kahok Volleyball for the home opener. They were winners tonight at East St. Louis, so Our first volleyball action of the day will come to you tomorrow afternoon, JV at 4:30, and the varsity ladies will follow right after that. Again, for Brett Bourne, my name is Todd Duke. Everyone enjoy the rest of your evening.